Hi, I want to talk to you about how to be environmentally responsible when you're buying a carbon fibre water-fed pole. In the manufacturing process of carbon fibre, there are three components: the energy used, the waste products produced, and its ability to be recycled. So, the key point is that carbon fibre is not environmentally friendly. In the manufacturing process, there are two stages, and in the first stage, in the preparation of carbon fibre, they have to cook it to between 200 and 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, you think that's hot. In the second stage, they cook it to between 2,000 and 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's a huge amount of energy in the production of every single carbon fibre product in the world. Secondly, as a basic benchmark, for every kilogram or pound of carbon fibre finished product you have, there's a kilogram or pound of toxic waste product produced during the manufacturing process. And thirdly, you can't recycle carbon fibre. It's actually called a composite product. And what that means is that different composites are woven together and binded and cooked and hardened, and separating them is practically impossible. And if they just manually grind them up and break them up and separate them this way, what they do is shorten the fibres, which means that they don't have the strength in them anymore, so then they can't reuse them as strong carbon fibre, which is a feature of carbon fibre. So, what does this mean to you when you're looking at buying a carbon fibre water-fed pole? Well, think about it this way. Firstly, you have to think about how many poles you're going to need. So, the industry standard to date is that they want to sell you a one-storey pole for one storey and a two-storey pole for two-storey, and so on for 3 stories, 4 stories, 5 stories, 6 stories, and now 7 stories. So I just want to go through that really quickly with you. If you buy a one-storey pole plus a two-storey pole, plus a 3-storey pole, plus a 4-storey pole, plus a 5-storey pole, plus a 6-storey pole, plus a 7-storey pole, and you put those poles end to end and join them all together and lay them out on the ground, you have enough carbon fibre tube to clean 28 stories high. That's a waste, don't you think? Secondly, get all those poles, yeah? And grab them like this, put them on the scale, right? Weigh your water-fed pole kit and the amount of carbon fibre that's in there, and understand from your carbon footprint, your responsibility to the environment, that weight of carbon fibre, the exact same weight was created in toxic waste in the manufacturing process of all that. So don't even start me on super light poles. Super light poles are super light because they've been cooked longer at higher temperatures to make them more rigid, right? So they take more energy, more waste product, and you've got a lighter pole. Now I'm going to talk to you about the way around it. I don't care about how light one pole is. I'm interested in how light is your entire pack if you want to be responsible to the environment, yeah? Because we're the caretakers of the earth. And the third point is we see and we read on the forums about water-fed poles that are snapping and exploding on the job, breaking, spare parts departments selling, replacement sections and all of this. And I want to talk to you about carbon fibre because carbon fibre doesn't break. The bottom line is if you bought a beautiful set of carbon fibre golf clubs, you could use it till the day you retire from the game of golf, hand it down to your son, and he'll be able to hand it down to your grandson. Yeah? Because carbon fibre won't break if it's made properly. And I want to give you another example is the Boeing Dreamliner, 32 tons of carbon fibre single fuselage made of carbon fibre composite material. Yeah? Before they had aluminium panels riveted together. This technology is going to save 50,000 rivets of holding these panels together because it's formed all in the one thing. Now, the question is, we've got 200 or 300 human lives in there. Do you think they're going to do it out of carbon fibre if it's likely to explode or snap or break or crack or anything like this? The answer is no, right? Because carbon fibre really is a strong product. So if there is a carbon fibre tube that's breaking, snapping, exploding or anything like that, you can be very sure of one of two things. Either it's not carbon fibre, so it could be a hybrid product with some fiberglass mixed into it or some other material, or probably more likely it's actually designed to do that. So whoever it is that's made the final decision on how to design the product has designed it with built-in obsolescence, which is a feature of our world since World War II. Yeah, we used to buy quality products that you'd get a drill and you'd pass it down to your son and he'd be able to pass the drill down to his son and the drill would work continually, and now you buy a drill and 2 years later you're quite happy to go and buy another drill for 18 bucks or whatever. So we see this business model called built-in obsolescence in the water-fed pole industry, and we don't subscribe to it because it's not environmentally responsible. So, the third thing I want to tell you about what we've done at futureofcleaning.com. We have designed a moduloscopic, telescopic pole system, and the way we did it is we were considering, firstly we used to sell 28 stories of water-fed poles so people could clean 7 stories, and I thought that was crazy. And then we looked at the technology that was around, and there are modular water-fed poles and there are telescopic water-fed poles, and we thought about how to put the two technologies together. So the bottom line is, if you have a look at futureofcleaning.com and go through to the Reach It pole range, you'll find, for example, a 7-story water-fed pole system that has 7 stories of carbon fibre tube, no more. And that same 7 stories of carbon fibre tube will clean 7 stories, 6 stories, 5 stories, 4 stories, 3 stories, 2 story and 1 story, because it all pulls apart. So it's completely usable, and at any time you've got the lightest pole possible because you are using part of a pole. Yeah? So the amount of energy used to make a Reach It pole, no matter at which height you want to clean to, you might only want to clean to 3 stories, so you can buy 3 stories worth of pole. But by the way, the XT section, we've made that universal and compatible so that the same system can be used on either pole. And so we can say, okay, we've got 6 kilos of carbon fibre. So in the manufacture of a Reach It Pro 7-story system, 6 kilos of waste. We've got 7 stories of pole, so the amount of energy used is the amount of energy needed to make 7 stories of pole. And we've manufactured it with the highest strength to weight ratio that we can possibly do without crossing the line into a pole that'll snap or break. So that way you'll see that we offer a 10-year warranty because we're so confident that we've got this formula right and we understand carbon fibre. It's not a breaking product. Yeah? So we think that if you want to consider the environmental responsibility, you want to find something like what you'll find at futureofcleaning.com. Okay, so go check it out, enjoy it. If you're at futureofcleaning.com at the moment, please enjoy the website. We have over 100 videos demonstrating our product tests and also giving you some education on how to be an efficient and effective window cleaner, so you can get down to about 20 or 30 seconds per window frame. Okay, enjoy.